Looking at the busy A229 Bluebell Hill in Kent today, with the traffic flowing between the town of Maidstone and its M20 motorway towards Rochester and the M2 motorway, it's hard to believe this is one of the most haunted roads in the country today. Dual carriageway has in part replaced the old Chatham Road, which is quieter, but it's still a fairly busy access route between Aylesford and the motorways. This is on the route of an old Roman road, but the legends are from a much later date. One of them dates back to 1965. On November the 19th, 3 young ladies were tragically killed when their Ford Cortina crashed headlong into a Jaguar on one of the corners on this old Chatham Road. What makes this story even sadder was the girls were coming back from a hen night in Maidstone. Amongst the dead was the young bride-to-be. A 4th girl was lucky and survived the carnage of the accident. Road accidents are a daily occurrence, but this one seems to have left its mark on the area. I've been lucky enough to investigate here at Bluebell Hill several times, and on one very memorable occasion, whilst my team were at the top of the hill conducting voice recordings and EVPs, I decided to walk down the hill on my own to my car, which was parked at the Lower Bell pub. My camera had run out of batteries, and I had some fresh batteries in the car. As I walked down the hill on my own in the dark, I felt a definite female presence with me, walking beside me. In fact, in my peripheral vision, I could actually see the dark shape of a person beside me, yet when I turned my head, there was nobody there. This wasn't frightening, this wasn't scary, creepy, it was intriguing, and I felt very privileged to be actually feeling this and seeing what I was seeing. I felt sure that it was one of the girls from the 1965 accident, although why she followed me down the hill and walked beside me, I don't know. By comparison, my experiences have been fairly mild compared to that of others. There's been reports from 1962 and 1971 of a hitchhiker on the old Chatham Road waiting for a lift. She was in the area of the Lower Bell pub, and on both occasions she was given lifts towards Chatham, Rochester, and again on both occasions she vanished from the car. Another story from further up the hill relates to a young girl who stands at the side of the road waiting for cars to approach. When they get close, she steps out into their path, making eye contact with the driver, who doesn't have time to react and hits the girl. When the car eventually does come to a halt, the driver climbs out to look for the girl and on most occasions doesn't find her remains. However, in 1974, a young driver collided with the girl and actually covered her with a blanket after finding her body at the side of the road and went off to get help. Extensive search by Kent Police the next day didn't throw any light on where the girl had gone. Now this is where it gets confusing. The car crash happened in 1965, yet in 1962 we have a report of a young girl being picked up at the Lower Bell pub and taken towards Chatham, which is a good 3 years before the car crash happened. It is often wrongly assumed that the ghost of Bluebell Hill is just one ghost, and is that of the bride who was killed in the 1965 accident. Other reports from further up the road state of a young girl in a white dress who stands at the side of the road and again walks in front of oncoming traffic. It's a now more widely accepted fact that there are more than just one ghost at Bluebell Hill. There are many ghosts at Bluebell Hill. Some are connected to the woods that surround the hills, some are connected to the ancient burial site of Kit's Cotty. During our investigations, we made contact with a young girl who dated from the Victorian era. She'd been involved in a cart accident and had been run over by an old horse and cart. She was wearing a white dress at the time of her accident. We believe this is the girl who is now mistaken as the bride and appears on the hill. Although why she's still standing there and appearing to modern car drivers is unknown. Maybe she's trying to prevent them from having an accident and warning them of the dangers of the road ahead. Whilst Kit's Cotty House is certainly atmospheric and impressive after dark, all we've captured here are light anomalies, which we put down as moisture droplets or insects caught in the flash of the camera. Further down the hill though, in the woods, one of our team members from one investigation captured what looked like a hooded figure watching us from a clearing. Although again, I believe this to be a double moisture droplet that just resembled a hooded figure. I hope you've enjoyed this look around at Bluebell Hill and a look at some of the legends that surround the area. Thank you very much for watching. Don't have nightmares.